all believe it? The season is officially kinda back. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. But I'll tell you one thing right now. The Titan Bros got you covered. We're gonna break it all down right here for you. Good evening, you Titan fans. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the video. It's going to be fantastic. But obviously, as you know, I can't do this alone. I've got to do it with a little bit of help from my younger brother, Josiah Pilcher.
What's up, guys? Football season is upon us.
Yes, it is. It is upon us. We are excited. It's going to be great. We are live because we actually did a trial run earlier and something was happening weird where for some reason we were 2 minutes into our live before it finally actually popped up, which means the whole intro was lost. When it finally came on, it was just us two looking down our phone trying to find what had just happened. So we're on here. We're good. We are live. So make sure you're giving us a like. Make sure you're subscribing and following, being part of the channel here, helping us go, helping us grow, and all that fun stuff. But as I stated earlier, it's officially season time. Kind of.
Well, you know, it's the fun part of the season where we can actually win games.
We can win games because, Brian Callahan, undefeated in the preseason. He has just as many preseason wins as he does regular season wins.
That is true.
I can remember a shameful show we did doing this. Does it matter or does it not matter that the Titans won all of their preseason games? And I stupidly got caught up in a moment and said, "Oh, it matters. It shows how good of depth we have." But I was wrong.
That sounds like it should make sense. But at the end of the day, it did nothing for us. But like that logically sounds like it should make sense. Like you was good preseason means you do have some pretty good backups. But the sad thing is that did not play out for us at all.
No, it didn't. Not even slightly. So that being said, this is going to be kind of an open-ended thing. And if we get some people sliding into the chats and putting in the DMs, we'll be reading those and bringing them up on the screen as well. But it's going to be a pretty open formatted kind of situation here. We're just going to talk about what we're looking for. Let's start off with the offense. And the obvious answer here, we're wanting to watch Cam Ward. Yeah, sadly, Shedeur Sanders, as we speak, is kind of killing it in preseason. And it's not that I have anything against Shedeur Sanders, but it's kind of like when we took Marcus Mariota after the Bucs took Jameis Winston. We just knew those two quarterbacks for their entire career was going to be compared to each other. For whatever reason, now they're both backups. But, which I guess they're still in the NFL, so that's decent, I guess, on them. But the same thing's going to happen right here with Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders more than likely. Maybe, because originally that's how it was going to be, but when Shedeur Sanders ended up falling all the way to the 5th round and there was like 4 other quarterbacks taken before him, maybe it'll be different. But at least in my head, as soon as I was realizing Will Levis wasn't the answer, it was, is it Shedeur Sanders? Is it Cam Ward? And that whole thing started. So, as Shedeur Sanders is currently killing it, all eyes are on Cam Ward tomorrow night as he makes his day. The
sad thing, though, is, I say sad, but I understand it. Shedeur is playing at least the first half. We'll see if he plays more. But Cam Ward's probably going to, I don't know exactly, but not going to have that long of a leash just because he is the starter, unlike Shedeur. So Cam Ward's not going to have as many opportunities to settle in and get things rolling.
I agree. So let me ask you the first question is, what are you wanting to see when it comes to play time for him?
2 drives, and then if both one of them is a 3 and out, then 3 drives.
Fair. I think that's fair.
Now, here's the thing. As the fan, I want the first quarter, the first half. But as a coach, and what I understand, because you don't want him to get hurt, I say 2 drives, maybe 3.
I agree. I remember that's kind of what we did with Mariota in his rookie year, because I can remember 3 of his drives were 2 of his first 3 drives were turnovers in that first game. The very first one, there was a pick where it was like a miscue on a screen pass. and it was not a, yeah, it was a screen, and it was a pick. And then the second drive, I think he fumbled, and then his third drive, he let him down for a touchdown.
I don't know
But
why I remember
still,
that too, but I remember that. Do you remember who it was against?
Falcons.
Yep, there you go. Because I had so much faith in that guy. Oh, I love Mariota. I still do, to be honest, as a
I
guy
still
at
do.
least.
Yeah, I kind of rekindled my feelings I had for him when I watched him on Bussin' with the Boys. That episode aired, I guess, a couple months ago, and it just kind of just hearing his voice and the way he talks and just bringing me back in time 10 years ago is just, I don't know. I miss him. I miss it. I really wish it could have worked. I think he was not assertive enough. His body didn't hold up, but I also really think the Titans screwed him up as well. So,
I agree.
but that said, that chapter
It's
closed.
over.
Cam Ward time, baby. So yeah, I agree with you. About 3 drives, maybe 2, depending on how much these drives actually do. I'm excited. I really hope we actually let him play and don't just like really rely on a bunch of running, because I feel like that's something we like. Titans love doing. I know it's always different coaching staff and players, but I feel like to make their quarterbacks comfy, we love just running the ball. Honestly, probably too much. So hopefully it's preseason. Let the kids sling the ball around a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? What I don't want to see is a drive where we run the ball for 2 yards, run the ball for 1 yard, throw in 7, Cam Ward dumps it off for 2 yards, throw it 3 and out. Like that does nothing for him or for us. You know what I mean? That does absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
And we are bad about doing that. Doesn't matter who our coach is. So hopefully we don't do it this year.
yeah. I mean, I hope you're right. Sounds like all starters will play at least some, minus I think they said T Sweat and Kevin Winston Jr.
I saw that, which is a shame because, and I'll just throw this out now. I knew this video you'd be saying who we're looking for on offense and defense, and Winston Jr. was my guy on defense. I really hate that he's not playing, but
yeah, I think they're really just being safe since technically it still hasn't even been a year removed from his ACL.
yeah.
So
I hope that he was looking good though in the practices that he did play.
he was.
Which
Speaking of which, good.
we have such a solid safety room though because he's doing well, but he may not have to play if everyone's healthy. We don't have to play if we don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. We have the most loaded safety room I've ever seen. And honestly don't understand it. I even asked Easton Freeze when he went live for primetime on Tuesday night. I said, so why do we have 7 starting safeties, but only 1.5 starting edge rushers? And he got a little giggle out of it. But I mean, it's a good question. Obviously, I was trying to be a little funny when I said it, but still a good question. That said, let's talk about some other rookies, because let's be honest, a lot of times in preseason you're trying to see rookies and or young people. That's mostly what you're trying to see. Like Calvin Ridley, I'd like to see him get a catch or two from Cam just to make sure they're on the same page so we don't have the whole situation we had with Will Levis last year. But at the same time, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, they are who they are. I don't need to see much out of them or from them at all. Like, we know who they are. But I'm excited. Like, if we were doing like a who are you most excited to watch of the rookies, minus Cam Ward, because I think you have to take Cam Ward out of that question. For me, it honestly probably really has to be Alec Manor. I've been high on this guy since we drafted him, and he's just been killing it. I'm sure you saw him just make some Bucs corners look stupid yesterday, or not yesterday, Thursday in practice. It's exciting. I'm excited to see what he can do out there.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's where he was going, and yes, he has looked good from what I heard. So kudos to that. And I think he's the most likely of all the rookies to get the most playing time, and I'm sure you probably agree with that. But offensively, my guy, who I just don't understand, people talk about him not making the team and stuff, but who I really want to watch is Xavier Restrepo. I just don't understand it. I mean, I remember doing the draft process, watching a video from Steve Smith. He knows he's a receiver. Was He knows receivers quite well. Just talking about how awesome Restrepo is and how people should not be hung up on the speed and how he's just a guy who knows how to play. And then at the end, someone asked us, like, what round do you think he's going? He's like, probably late second or third round. It's like at the Voss, fourth round. And I'm like, how is someone like that was an undrafted free agent? And now everyone's like, yeah, he's probably not going to make the team. I'm like, I just don't get that. I don't. But one thing I will say about Restrepo is he looks like a guy to me that balls in the game more than practice. So I'm really hoping in this game and going forward, maybe when Restrepo gets out there, he's just gonna wow everybody with knowing how to run routes, how to get open, make the catch. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's just all across the board. That's the guy I'm looking forward to watch the most.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. And I agree with you. I've said it several times whenever the Titan Upload Network has me on as a guest host. I've been saying this several times. Restrepo was a second round, late second, early third round, maybe worst case scenario, late third round guy, all the way up until the 40-yard dash time. And then the whole league just like done. And the way I see it, we probably have a bad wide receiving core. So if Xavier Restrepo can't make our team, then he shouldn't be in the
won't
NFL.
make any team.
Yeah. So
that's
confusing to me.
And here's my thing. His 40-yard dash, was it the Scouting Combine or was it Pro Day? I can't remember. But either way, Pro Day, he was slow. But his tape is still the same. Like when you was watching his tape in Miami, that speed he had there is the same guy. So just because he ran slow in the Pro Day, he's still the same guy that was doing that in the tape when you put the tape on. Like I don't understand how people have such a different opinion of him. I just don't get it. I think he was a good pickup, and now people talk about he may not even make the team. I'm like, what? I just think that's crazy. And because I think he would be wonderful for a young quarterback like Cam Ward, who he knows Xavier Restrepo so well that it would help him to kind of ease in, knowing where to go to the ball if he's in trouble. Like I think it'd be excellent to play him, but we shall see.
Yeah, I think what the biggest issue is the fact that we have too many slot people. Tyler Lockett's a slot only. For whatever reason, they like Shamir DK in the slot as well. So he's just the third slot option and doesn't have a lot of special teams value.
Yeah, so I know about the special team thing. I do know about that, but I just think we're making a mistake if we don't keep this guy or play him.
Yeah, and it's not just that, but like they always say, never draft for need, always draft a year ahead. So Tyler Lockett's a 1-year deal. So can't Xavier Restrepo be the number 2, maybe number 1 slot guy next year?
And here's my thing: is me personally, I say Xavier Restrepo is light years, like 20 times better than DK at route running. Like to me, they're two different receivers. They might be slot, but one's a burner. One's not going to be getting you that 5 boom. Waggle, anything like that. Like that's not DK's game at all. But that's Xavier Restrepo's game. So to me, they're slot, but two different receivers.
Very different receivers because we don't have anybody with Restrepo's skill set.
No, so I think you got to keep him. Like even Tyler Lockett's not quite like Restrepo, and so I'm just like, I think you got to keep him, but that's just my opinion. Because
what do we know?
Yeah, I guess. Or that sometimes this coaching staff, like, what did they know? They're a 3-14 team.
That is true too. So anyways, are you looking forward to seeing DK any? I mean, I kind of am because technically he's the most drafted out of all 3 of them.
Which I think that's a bad draft, but I'm not saying he's a bad receiver. But with Eric Iomano still on the board, I would have gotten him first.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But it worked out because we got him all. But I would say DK's the one don't care about as much as of the 3 receivers. I even care about Gunnar Helm more than I care about DK.
Gunnar Helm killed it yesterday in practice as well.
Yeah, he was my plan option too. Like Xavier Restrepo is by far the guy I care about the most, but Gunnar Helm was my number 2.
Okay. All right, here's my next question because we've kind of exhausted offense already. We want to see Cam Ward and we want to see our pass catchers, all 3 rookies. And
don't you agree though? That's why we need to throw the ball. Let's not run the ball. Like preseason, coaches love to run it.
I mean, if we're just running Khalil Mullins over and over up the middle, and what's that other guy that's been with us, Julius Chestnut, over and over, I'm like, what does this do for anybody?
Got a lot of people we like to see them in action. So, and I'm scared that's what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I interrupted. I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, I was just moving us to the defense if you're done. But if there's something else you want to say about offense, go for it. All right. So hopefully we throw the ball a little bit. That's what we're saying. Whether it's Brandon Allen, Cam Ward, or my personal favorite, Tim Boyle. Always been a big Tim Boyle guy. So move to the defense. Obviously, we already know that Kevin Winston Jr. is a no-go. So my question to you, buddy, is there anything in the world that Femi Oladeju can do tomorrow to make you happy?
Be undrafted and get someone else in there. No, not really. Well, listen, I don't like him. I hated that pick, and I think it's just been a solid draft besides him. Oh, I hated that so much. Well, too bad of a team to be getting flyouts, something like that. That's such a what's the word I'm looking for? Such a
Hopefully you're not going to say
project.
reach. Oh, yeah, project. Yeah, not a reach, but a project. Because, yeah, he was pretty well projected to be a second-round edge rusher is where he was supposed to go.
Like, there's other people I would much rather have, but at the pass rushing position. But here's what I said. I'm like, prove me wrong. Like, every time Titans draft someone that I don't like Will Levis. Now, he did not prove me wrong. But when we got Will Levis, didn't you and I both say we don't want him? But I'm like, but hey, Will Levis, if you want to be our guy, you want to be our future quarterback, prove us wrong, Because I've been more than happy to be like, yeah, Will Levis, if he was awesome. He just wasn't.
No, I want to be wrong when I am down on a Titans player.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, this guy, go out there and get me 2 sacks. Oh, a sack, prove me wrong. So yeah, he can definitely change my opinion. I'm not someone that just locks my opinion on him. As of right now, I don't want him. But this is in preseason game 1. Prove me wrong, and that's who I was gonna say. To be honest, who I'm watching on defense. I've heard that you got a lot of talent, raw talent, but go out there and prove me wrong. Winston Jr. So I really wanted to see, but he won't be playing. So I guess I'm gonna keep my eye on that. I'm also kind of, if I want to, is that who you was gonna say?
Kind of, yeah, because the only other defensive young guy / rookies, well, I guess you could say James Williams if you're going young guy, but if you're going rookies, obviously we already know Kevin Winston Jr. is not playing, and Marcus Harris, like I don't even actually remember his name half the time, so I'm not really worried about him. So really, yeah, him and James Williams, that's who I really want to see.
Dumb question. James Williams, is he the linebacker or who is he? Yeah, that's because I was gonna say I was wanting him, but he's the guy who was a safety converted linebacker, right?
Yeah, and who's basically just been slotted in as the starter all offseason.
I would say this. That was another good option too, because I don't know much about him except that he's a safety converted to the linebacker. But you're right. Everybody just said he's our starter. So I do kind of want to say, okay, I don't know why you was just penciled in as starter, but hey, show up, make a couple plays, make a TFL or something, and show me, like, oh, that's it. I would say for whatever reason, and are you surprised with this? But for whatever reason, our staff is not that high on Cedric Gray at all.
No. He started off just missing a bunch of time with injury last offseason, and then they've just basically acted like he's just he's just kind of like,
Yeah, because I remember when we drafted him, and maybe you or maybe I read an article, I don't remember, but saying Cedric Gray, that's a good 4th-round pick linebacker right there. That's a really good
it
pick.
wasn't just me saying, a lot of folk were saying it.
And he's done nothing. Like, our coaching staff hasn't given him a chance to do anything.
No, nothing.
And like you said, now you got this safety / linebacker playing, and I'm like, is he actually that good enough? You want this guy to be playing 17 games as a starting linebacker? Like, it sounds weird to me. I don't know. I have to see it, but if he's playing in preseason 1, maybe he can make plays out there. I'm like, okay, that was pretty good. Because if he was a safety, I'm hoping he has some ball hawk skills for a linebacker that most linebackers don't have.
I think that they are saying he's good at coverage. He's also 6'4", so he's like tall, fast, rangy. He's a project, but in the 7th round, that's what you're looking for. And if he's already got himself in the starting lineup, that's
good. I just hope he doesn't get pushed around.
I feel like he's big though. He's like a big guy.
Okay. Listen, if he's someone that doesn't get pushed around, but he has ball hawk skills, it's also tall, so it's hard to throw over the middle. Then it maybe he is all that.
And a bag of chips.
And a bag of chips. And so maybe again, so that's something we should keep an eye on. And also, now this guy's not young, but Barton has been killing it.
Cody Barton has
So
just been killing it. And we also got him on a 3-year pretty
yeah,
reasonable deal. So if he is good, we'll have him
because I
around for a
will say
couple
this.
years.
I remember you and I both saying that our linebacker is a weak position, and as of right now, I'm still there. Nothing's changed it. But wouldn't it be nice if these two can actually change our opinion? Like, oh,
Yeah.
because if you have two good linebackers and you have Sweat and Simmons, that should be a good run stop. That should be a good middle defense, though.
Yeah, I think Cody Barton's basically just like a average level starting linebacker.
That's what I figured. But from
But
the
he's been
offseason,
playing above average. So if we
mhm,
had him continuing his above averageness, and then James Williams' rawness starts to cook a little bit, just a little slow cook there, and he can actually be something, then yes, this could be something as that was weak / unproven, and then it's actually a strength for the
yeah,
2025
that'd be
season.
great. One thing I was thinking this at work, and this is slightly off. This is not really a preview, so I shouldn't ask you this. I was trying to think because I was trying to name because I'm like, let's see if I can name first name and last name of every person starting people in each position. I was just doing this in my head because what else do you have to do? And I got to on key as a pass rusher, and I could not think of a other pass rusher. What's his name?
Dramount Jones. I was Dramount or Draymount
I don't
Jones.
even know what he looks like. He could walk in this room, and I wouldn't know what he looks like. What? Who is he? Where did we get him? Is he a
He was a
veteran?
Seahawks / Broncos guy. He's almost been like he's like a bigger edge rusher because he kind of a lot like Danico Autry in the fact that he kind of played inside outside. But
Yeah.
for us, he's going to be edge for sure. I think dominantly edge. He's a bigger guy. He's not a speed rusher. He's like a 4, 5, 6, 7 sack kind of guy. I can look up his career statistics. Like he's a solid signing, and we didn't pay a crap ton for him. But I would almost out in a happy world, those him and Arden Key would
Would be
actually,
the guys that come in to relieve somebody.
or they would just be each other. Like whenever one of them's not in,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one comes in to replace the other. I couldn't say that correctly. One would come in to replace the other. He's 6'3", which isn't overly tall, but he's 281 pounds.
Whew.
So that's a big edge rusher. He was a third round guy. He's 2019 to 2022 with the Broncos, 23 and 24 with the Seahawks, then 2025 to present because it's still 2025 with the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to give you a little stataroos here if you don't mind. He ran a 5.12. That's not a very fast 40-yard dash time. That's kind of my speed these days. I shouldn't have looked it up on Wikipedia because they're not really giving me a whole lot to work with here. 30 career sacks, which I guess it's really not that bad. I don't know. I feel like last year they said he had a down year. So hopefully he's not down.
The fact that On Key's playing as much as he is not good.
I mean, I guess we got our money's worth out of him though, because we got him
Yeah.
a 3-year, $21 million deal, $7 million a year, and he's gonna end up playing all 3 of those years. And I guess he'll probably
You
walk at
know
the end of the year.
somebody, and I know he was always a long shot to do anything, but man, did he kill in preseason. Caleb Murphy, do you remember him?
Yeah, I do.
I knew he was a long shot, but do you know how much he killed the preseason?
Yeah, not just that, but he played at like a super duper duper small college. I don't even remember what it's called, and he
Yes,
had like
and he
26
killed.
sacks.
Yeah, yes. And I'm like, so I was kind of curious to see his arc to see if he can carve out a career here. We don't have him anymore, do we?
No, I don't know where the young man is these days.
That's crazy. That
It
fast
is
that
crazy. Okay, so is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here? Because I feel like we've talked about our offense, we've talked about our defense. We're already 23 minutes in.
we did a lot of chasing rabbits.
That's what I assumed would happen.
But no, I guess we covered it. I would say, I think one reason why I'm so excited for preseason, one, because, I miss football, but two, we're probably not a very good team. We're not going to win many games, but we have a lot of interesting / good young pieces that, in this preseason, they're going to get time to shine. And a lot of pass catchers, obviously our quarterback. So there's a lot of stuff to keep an eye on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree. It's just exciting. And a lot of times when you're a bad football team like the Titans, the preseason is the most fun part. It's the time that you think you have a shot this year and you
Yeah.
get to have bad plays or bad games where it's not actually the end of the world. Like even last year when we were like, 3-10 or 3-11, I still had a major mood swing and was cranky for a day or two after the game after we'd lose.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm ready for that again though in so many ways. But yeah, that said, that might be it. That might be a show, boys and girls. Anything else you want to add before we just get out of here and before I play my silly music?
No, so tighten up. It's
Tighten
game.
up.
It's game weekend. We haven't had that long time.
Nope. And next time you hear from us, Cam Ward will have suited up in a Tennessee Titans jersey head to toe and thrown a couple of footballs. So that's exciting. So Tennessee Titan, I was going to say Tennessee Titan up. It's like something somebody who's not actually a Titans fan would say trying to fit in. Tennessee Titans up. But yeah, tighten up is what I mean to say. So tighten up, peace out, and all that jazz.